This episode of Everly Heights Tales is brought to you by Envato Elements. If you're creative like me, you don't necessarily have the time or the talent to create everything you need. With Envato Elements, you can download unlimited creative assets all in one place. Where do you think I got a lot of the sound effects in this episode? Sign up for a low-cost annual plan today at everlyheights.tv/Envato. That's ENVATO.
Saw a broken clock on the sidewalk. The hands were moving backward. A theater kid's flashlight cast a shadow at my feet. An old actor told me once that time is on your side. But every time I try to run, this town pulls me back inside. This town has a gravity that rips you at your seams. It's a half-remembered longing for a place you've never been. You could always leave tonight, but the road just bends right back, 'cause every precious thing you cherished hasn't changed since you left.
The lights dim and our play begins. Enjoy the Quackening!
Quack, 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 quack.
And stick around after the show for a little something extra.
This town has a gravity that pulls you by your jeans. It's a half-remembered feeling of some place you've always been. You can try to drive away, but the roads turn you around, 'cause every exit starts a ticking clock till the magnet pulls you back.
The stink of fresh potpourri and old cigarettes. Yeah, that's my reality now. Clinging to me like Axe body spray. Constant reminder I'm not living my best life in a big city like Columbus or Cincinnati. I'm back in my childhood bedroom. You know, with the faded floral wallpaper and those damn creepy Precious Moments figurines with an angel kissing a little boy on the cheek. Creepy shit. The divorce papers from Travis are on the nightstand, mocking me. Documentation of my truly impressive failure to launch. Travis always told me what to do, how to think. Called me bitchy and too dramatic, if you can believe it. Hell, he wouldn't even let me feed the ducks when he dragged me along for a nature walk in Hocking Hills. Now, I'm just trying to rebuild my life after 8 years wasted with a hick who thought foreplay was me watching him work on his truck. I hate that thing. Big yellow banana boat. Ugh, who the hell is calling this early? Probably Travis, checking on his precious little red 50cc scooter. Or demanding it back. Whatever. If he wants it so bad, he can drive his ass to Everly Heights and get it. Everly Heights. God. The town I swore I'd escape, only to boomerang back with more baggage than a Greyhound bus. The Everly Heights Magnet, they call it. Basically, this place has a way of pulling its children back home, especially if they don't want to be there. My friend Nat Greco, if you know her, she made it out. Good for her. Must be nice getting out. But me, I'm back here on Edgington Lane, the punchline in some cruel cosmic joke. It's like the universe just enjoys watching me backslide. I'm always trapped in the house, in my life, in the inescapable pull of my mother's well-meaning but soul-crushing presence. When I stepped out on the porch for my morning ciggy, which I need to get enough energy to make my morning coffee, I couldn't help but stare at the creepy old purple house 2 doors down and across the street. Beatrix Knapp has lived there with her 2 roomies since they all dropped out senior year. I went to high school with Beatrix. Back then, she was one of the popular girls. Beatrix, Rebecca, and Veronica. They called themselves the Sparkles. Me and my punk rock friends called them the Spunkles. Senior year, they got weird. Distant. I figured they just became obsessed with Marilyn Manson or some shit like that. Happened to a lot of good punks back then. I never liked her much, Beatrix. She was always a bitch to anybody who wasn't part of her little coven of mean girls. Anybody who didn't shop at Claire's, watch TRL, and fawn over the football players was fair game to fuck with. Then old Beatrix stepped out on her porch. She wasn't the fashion plate I remembered. Dressed in a long black muumuu like she was Elvira on her day off. She didn't quite seem all there either. Just wandering around her garden, muttering to her plants. There had been whispers senior year. Strange lights, weird smells. One time my ex-boyfriend Jeremy caught her snacking on a stink bug. Back then, I blew it off. Small town gossip, right? But after moving to the big city of Columbus for a few years, I felt empowered to dig my nose into her business. What the hell else was I gonna do? I marched across the street, catching Beatrix just as she was about to head inside. Hey, Beatrix, Queen of the Spunkles. It's Ange, you remember?
Remember? Why, we've been waiting for you. Come in, come in. We need to tell you about your inheritance.
This bitch is talking about an inheritance. Like, from who? The only things I've inherited is a crippling sense of self-doubt and a 2-pack-a-week smoking habit and a metric shit ton of cat hair stuck to my black leggings. Last I checked, my rich eccentric aunt who left me a house in the Hollywood Hills with a collection of vintage band t-shirts only exists in my fucking dreams, be a twit. I figured using that dumb name from back in the day would get her going. But the Spunkle Queen offered me this thin, enigmatic smile.
Your great Aunt Mildred must have thought much more of you than you do of her, Ange. She passed peacefully in her sleep last week. As if you care.
Great Aunt Mildred? The same Great Aunt Mildred who sent me a box of mac and cheese when I was 5 and then completely ghosted me? The one my mom only spoke about in whispers? This was getting weirder than one of Travis's conspiracy theories about Obama's elves. But then, Beatrix reached into her dress pocket. Don't you love dresses with pockets? And pulled out an old wooden box.
She wanted you to have this.
I took the box, half expecting it to blow a round of confetti in my face or something. It didn't. It reminded me of something out of a bad horror movie, probably filled with cobwebs or the skeleton of a lost kitten. Or worse, a multi-level marketing scheme's essential oils welcome pack. No way, Jose. I was not about to let these goths, these goddamn spunkles, string me along. I'd had just about enough of that with Travis and his surefire crypto investments. What the hell is this? Look, I don't know how the hell you crazy bitches knew Great Aunt Mildred, but you can take your dumb box and put it up your—
Mildred knew all about your struggles in the big city, Columbus.
Out of the corner of my eye, I saw 2 more women, who I recognized as Beatrix's fellow spunkles Veronica and Rebecca, march out from around the side of the house.
She wanted us to empower you. Empower you.
Empower you.
I caught a glimpse of their eyes. Black, twin voids outlined in purple eyeshadow, looking into my heart. A shiver, colder than the 1994 Everly Heights blizzard which shut down the town for a month, ran down my spine. I'm plenty empowered.
As you wish, Angela.
The spunkles exchanged glances. Rebecca's smile widened. Her teeth, sharper now.
Perhaps she's as useless as she looks.
Veronica's eyes emitted a faint purple light.
She's useless as a slug in a salt mine.
And Beatrix, the Spunkle Queen, She floated off the goddamn ground.
But remember, some gifts once offered can't be refused, and Everly Heights has a way of holding on to its own.
And then, the wind went fucking nuts. I had to cover up my eyes to keep the leaves out of them. After the wind died down and I could see shit again, I saw the spunkles were gone. Like, gone. Disappeared like they were never even there. But my aunt's old box was still there, laying at my feet. I stared at the box, innocent, unassuming, but it gave off this weird hum, this otherness that gave me the kind of ick I usually save for bill collectors or Travis. But then, I felt this strange magnetic pull, something I hadn't felt in years. Raw, unadulterated curiosity. This felt like the start of, the most interesting shit that has ever happened to me since ever. Fuck it. I knelt down and picked up the box. Warm, old as shit, weird-ass little carvings twisting and turning with this freaky inner glow, like neon vines burning into the wood. I brought the box home and put it on the kitchen table, after I cleared off all the crap, of course. Under the flat fluorescent lights, the vines on the box glowed brighter. Spirals. Eyes within triangles. Weird shit. The box itself didn't have a latch, or hinges for that matter. I pushed. Pulled. Twisted. Nothing. Then, I heard my great Aunt Mildred's voice, pounding in my head like my AirPods were in too tight.
Remember me, my sweet Angie.
Great Aunt Mildred? I closed my eyes and thought about Mildred, about the box of mac and cheese. Then I thought about Travis, the crushing weight of a failed marriage. Sent back home and utterly lost in a place I should have pretty well figured out. Anger, yearning, something more, something different. I wanted to break free. I wanted revenge. A faint click. My eyes snapped open. A thin seam appeared along the box's sharp, splintered edge. I lifted the lid. A soft, spooky light spilled out. Green, purple, warm. It kind of gave me a buzz. Inside the box, on a folded plaid hanky, was a single coal-black stone. I thought it was coal at first, but it was smooth and cold to the touch. Then there was that hum, vibrating through my bones like the bass at an RXPX show. I felt this compulsion, a hunger, like I was 3 days into a 2-day cleanse. The stone talked to me, but without words, I guess, like to the real me. The one I talk to when I'm thinking about something important. I snatched it out of the box. It was heavier than it looked. Old as hell, too. The second I picked it up, the stone's light got brighter, white hot. A jolt zapped my hands like an eel in a bait shop and shot up my arm. Kind of felt like electricity, if I'm being honest. It was awesome. Like taking a sip of water when you wake up with a hangover. Like your body is thanking you for finally paying attention to it. Without thinking, I licked the damn thing. Like, actually licked it. It tasted like a rusty penny soaked in lemon juice. Then, all at once, the taste was sweet and soothing. The stone melted in my mouth, turning into a dark liquid that felt thin and acidic, like I was swishing with Clorox or something. The green light beamed out of my mouth and ears and eyes like I was a stopped-up bathtub. It freaked me out at first. Shit! But then I felt this extreme shift inside me. all the eggshells I'd walked on the last few years, the dull ache of the divorce. Being pulled along Travis's endless parade of bullshit powered by half-assed effort. The humiliation. Mom nagging me about my shit taste in men and liquor. Wasted years. My life was a pile of fucking toxic sludge. But with this power growing inside of me, I knew. Just knew somehow, like I knew I couldn't let myself say it. That Travis the Hick would always be Travis the Hick. And after everything he put me through, the yelling, the cheating, the tears, maybe I should do something about that, I thought, as the power burned in my chest.
Revenge. Release. Justice.
And fucking Travis was still texting me, probably complaining about some missing tool, like I'd know where his shit is. I looked down at my phone, then at my mirror image in the dark kitchen window. I saw it in my eyes, that green-purple glow that poured out like tears. The power. TBH, I looked fucking sick, dude. Like, badass.
About time you got your ass out of bed, Ange. Here, I got us some gin if that ain't too fancy for you.
I don't have time for this.
Angela, where the hell are you going?
I barely heard my mom shouting at me as I stepped out the kitchen door and into the night. The humid Ohio air barely registered against my skin. Just the purple-green energy, guiding me like a GPS as I floated up above Everly Heights. Flying is cool. Don't let anybody tell you different. I mean, I'm afraid of heights, but that all just falls away when it's just you and the nasty Ohio air. Travis lived across town, near the old mill. As I got close, I could smell the smokestacks. Finally, there it was. That monstrous, jacked-up pickup truck, washed out in the glow of his flickering porch light. That damn Confederate flag bumper sticker. More obnoxious than I remember. What the fuck was I even thinking, hooking up with this ass all those years ago? I guess I really am my mother's daughter. I took a look around. No witnesses. Good. And then, I knew what to do. Just knew it, like I know how to breathe. Endless ideas. Tasty. I reached out, hand hovering. The engine was still warm. I closed my eyes, focused, not on simple destruction. I wanted to humiliate this prick. My magic light got as bright as a bug zapper. I focused on the Bananamobile's essence, its truckness, I guess. The metal frame groaned. A pained snoring sound like my mom passed out after Sunday morning cocktails. The tires popped. The suspension buckled. The metal frame rippled. Rigid lines softened like melted wax. The grille got bigger, wider, twisting around itself. The headlights bulged out and blew out. Then I sat there and watched that damn Confederate flag bumper sticker shrivel and melt into dripping plastic and black smoke. And then, all my deepest, darkest thoughts started coming true. Travis's prized pickup truck, which he'd skipped out on Christmas one year to buy for himself, turned into something else. The wheels flattened into stumpy nubs. The truck bed got bigger and crunched itself down into a pointed hat. The hood morphed into a shit-eating little grin. The burst headlights flipped on like glowing eyes that blasted the yard with a sickly pink light. The whole truck looked like a taunting caricature of Travis. Ugly. Angry. Everything I ever wanted.
What the hell? You? You goddamn bitch!
Standing there, in the red glow of the Bananamobile's brake lights, holding his hunting rifle, he looked kinda like the devil. Then the big truck monster turned in his direction.
What the hell did you do to my truck? Who's that supposed to be? Stupid smile, stupid eyes. It looks fat. And now it's staring at me!
I turned your big-ass truck into what you are. A little boy who never grew the hell up, crying because somebody bigger came along and busted his toys.
Turn it back, you bitch.
Nah. It looks better this way. Reminds me of you. All loud and mean and useless.
I'll shoot you. I swear to God. I'll put one right in your skull. You think I'm kidding, Ange?
He wasn't kidding, I'll tell you that much. But I didn't flinch. My great aunt's rock in my belly was like my shield, you know? But inside, you get the point. Go ahead, asshole. Pull the trigger if you think it'll help. I'm not your agreeable little wifey anymore.
And what the fuck are you?
I'm Angela, bitch. And you never could handle me. My punk rock, in-your-face magical intent blasted out of my hand. Travis, the prick, just stood there with a dumb look on his face while it hit him in the nads. He looked scared as hell, man. It was awesome. He dropped his gun even, like it didn't even matter. Because it didn't. Travis's gross, greasy, hairy body shimmered. Outlines blurred. Clothes, skin, stretched, fluid. Burnt sugar lit up with electricity. He swelled up like a balloon. His eyes got big and black, all pupil. The nasty-ass teeth in his mouth straightened out, hulling into a permanent smile. A gaping O of silent horror. In the spot where Travis had been stinking up the joint a minute earlier, there was a giant, grotesque, eternally screaming rubber duck. This thing was freaking huge. Nearly as tall as the trailer. Bright yellow, orange bill, wide, haunted black eyes. Hilarious. Creepy, yeah, but fucking hilarious. I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. That's for wasting my 20s, you narcissistic piece of shit. And for all those nights your drunk ass snored like a... well, like a duck, you fuck. After that, I simply floated up and took off, feeling pretty confident in my new powers, if I'm being honest. My hands tingled, a satisfying hum beneath my skin. It was all fucking done. The trauma, the failure, all replaced by a giant rubber squeaking monument to Travis's assholery. The power, incredible, transformative. But now what? Beatrix said the box would empower me. But empower me to what? Fly deliveries around for DoorDash? You know, on second thought, that doesn't sound so bad. Girls gotta eat. I mean, what the duck, right?
Has the time been comforting? Did you find it all out there? We'll let the sunshine that it brings shine down and torch the special things and pretend we didn't care. We shouldn't mourn the fallen. They fell down for a reason. If we keep them, they'll keep stalling. If just to answer our calling, and they'll stay here this season. I'm better now, don't listen to my friends. I'm better now when I lie alone in bed. It's better now, I'm doing fine, I swear. I'm almost never scared. I'm better now. I took a westbound ferry to another hemisphere. Let's all live drunken and merry, and let's promise not to tarry at the edge of the pier. I'm better now, don't listen to my friends. I'm better now when I lie alone in bed. It's better now, I'm doing fine, I swear. I'm almost never scared. I'm better now. The end is a start, an integral part, and everything is everything, and everything is everything. We shouldn't mourn the fallen. They fell down for a reason. If we keep them, they'll keep stalling. So we mustn't keep on calling. They'll be gone this season. I'm better now, don't listen to my friends. I'm better now when I lie alone in bed. It's better now, I'm doing fine, I swear. I'm almost never scared. I'm better now.
Now, the curtain hasn't quite fallen yet. We'll pause to fill you in on another fantastic Everly Heights tale, and then I'll be back to step out from the wings and talk about the story you just heard. See you in a minute. So, do you want to be part of Everly Heights for real? Head over to everlyheights.tv and grab a membership on the Everly Heights Arts Board. You'll get cool perks like your name on the Arts Board Hall of Fame, custom membership cards, even letters and stickers from Mr. Matheson himself, all while helping me keep Everly Heights alive and growing. Become a patron, support the arts, and snag your spot in the story of Everly Heights at everlyheights.tv. Just look for the banner that says Join the Arts Board. Thanks for joining me for my original story, The Quackening, which I basically think of as Goodbye Earl with witches. Now, this is the last of the spooky episodes I put together for Halloween, since it's a big deal in audio drama. I thought about dressing up in a costume, but I'm probably scary enough for this, so I did put on a Cobra Kai jacket, so that's my costume. Oh, and I have an Everly Heights hat. Well, I guess enough with the levity, right? This story is about a victim of abuse overcoming their abuser so they can move on from their trauma. Now, domestic abuse is an issue everywhere, But I feel like I got to see more than my fair share of it growing up in Wheeling, West Virginia, the real Everly Heights. Now, that's not to say I don't have firsthand experience with abuse, but I kind of went over that in the Museum of What Was, so I'm not going to relive my trauma for you. Go back. I recorded it. You can check it out. But like I said, I speak from a bit of personal experience here. Now, when I had this big blow-up abusive relationship, I still felt guilty when I called things off. So much so that I almost took her back a week later. Then, as I stared into her eyes as she begged me to come back for another round of love bombing and abuse, I noticed something I'd never noticed before. She looked like a squirrel without her glasses on. She had her contacts in, and she looked like a squirrel. After I got that image locked in my head, it was easy to say no to her. How could I take a squirrel seriously, right? I'd have to be nuts. Okay, now here's a little bit of trivia for you. The song that closes out the episode, I'm Better Now, was one of my old classic tragic hero songs. And I'll say the only one that has the distinction of being used to promote a student political movement in Germany to abolish tuition fees. A noble goal, as somebody who still has some student loans hanging out. Here's a clip of that music video they did featuring, well, a fire eater. I'll post a link to the video in the comments.
At the edge of the pier, at the edge of the pier. The end is a star, an integral part, and everything is everything, everything is everything. The end is a star, an integral part, and everything is everything, everything is everything, everything is everything now. We shouldn't mourn the falling, they fell down for a reason. If we keep them, they'll keep stalling, so we mustn't keep on calling. They'll be gone this season. They'll be gone this season.
Now, another cool special thing in this episode is the voice of Angela's dead aunt and shitty mom were both provided by my actual sister, Dawn, who I reconnected with about a year ago after not talking to her for, let's just say way too long. It was a blast to bring her on into the live recording session I did with the other actors and get a chance to show her how far I've come since we were 5 and 7 years old doing a skit in a vacation Bible school production, which I believe my grandma wrote. I'm not really churchy. I think I remember the song. Let me try. When I say I'm sorry, sorry, Lord, for my sins. When I trust in Jesus, I'll become a member of God's family. It is what it is. I'm really good at memorization, and I still have it memorized. Now, to serve my own ego mostly, I asked Dawn to send in a quick note to go over the experience, what it was like jumping into a live recording session with her brother, who she's never really worked with before in this capacity, and she's never really got to see perform in a professional creative context. She's been to plenty of my plays when I was in high school. But here, I'll throw it to you, Dawn.
Hi, I'm Dawn Meeks, Bill's sister. I recently got a chance to record with him on his podcast, Everly Heights Tales, and I wanted to take a moment to say how I feel about that. I've always known Billy was a creative, but to be in a space, watching him direct a live reading, that was different. It wasn't just talent, it was purpose. Watching him guide each of us, shape each line, bring characters to life with precision and heart, it honestly stopped me a few times. He knew exactly what he wanted the story to feel like, and he led us there naturally. No ego, no forcing it, just honest direction and real connection to the story. I don't hand out the word honored lightly, but this was one. Being part of something he built from pure imagination and grit hit me harder than I expected. It reminded me that art matters, stories matter, and doing something meaningful with someone you love, someone you respect, that doesn't happen often in life. I'm proud of him, I'm proud of this project, and I'm grateful to be a part of it. If you haven't yet, please go check out Everly Heights Tales. It's more than just a podcast, it's an experience.
Thanks for the glow up, sis. I'm not going to say that you were unbiased, but I like your bias that you showed. Thanks, Dawn, so much for sending that in. Now it's time for some Everly Heights connections. So almost every character in this story appears in some other Everly Heights tales, but you're probably most familiar with the witches, aka the Sparkles from Welcome Freshmen, you know, Beatrix and the gang. But you might be thinking, they were mean girls and very special. How did they become witches? Well, that's a story for another day, but one that I already have a super solid outline for and is kind of inspired by the 90s hit The Craft. Hopefully I can get to it one of these days, and hopefully I can get the Sparkles themselves back like I did for this episode. I love working with Mandy and Dallas. If you need voiceover work, their links are in the show notes. Check them out, they're amazing. I also have to shout out Kate Sheridan, who has worked with me before back when I was doing The Fakest, an old audio drama series I did from like 2017 to 2021. She plays Angela, and Angela is a main player in the punk rock scene that's featured mainly in the spec script Kids Like Us, which is up at the script section at everlyheights.tv. You know, as a matter of fact, her ex-boyfriend and now ex-husband, Travis, also appears in that script. They're actually both main players who interact a lot with the protagonist in that script. And at the end of that script, they kind of go off to their happy ending. Or do they, based on this episode? Now, Nat Greco, the main character of Kids Like Us and a major player in Curtain Call, also gets a quick mention in this episode, since her and Angela were friends in the punk rock scene. Now, as we finish up the spooky season, Thanksgiving here in America is right around the corner. So I want to know, what are you thankful for? In the year, in your life, at work today, whatever. Alternatively, what is the quirkiest Thanksgiving tradition your family has? Shoot me an email or an audio voicemail or a link to an unlisted YouTube video or a carrier pigeon to Bill Meeks at everlyheights.tv, and we'll share your Thanksgiving traditions in a future episode. Well, that does it for this week. I've been Bill Meeks. I hope you enjoy the new setup I have in the after show studio. And I hope you come back next week for a less spooky tale from the world of Everly Heights. And remember, you can leave, you can go, you can turn off this podcast and walk away. But something, hopefully my storytelling, is going to pull you back. See you next week.
This town has a gravity that pulls you by your jeans. It's a half-remembered feeling of some place you've always been. You can try to drive away, but the roads turn you around, 'cause every exit starts a ticking clock till the magnet pulls you back.